In this video, we're going to be going ahead and looking at the internal workings of a semi-automatic pistol, or what people just call a handgun. And we'll also be looking at how it loads and how it fires and all the internal parts that go into that. Now, before we get into that, though, we're going to be going ahead and talking about the history of the modern semi-automatic pistol. So there are many people that started out on this path to find a semi-automatic pistol, but the one who is mainly credited to discovering this, his name was John Moses Browning. Now he was born in 1855, and he made many firearms. So his first firearm he made while he was 13, but it was about 1900 where he started making firearms that the U.S. military would soon adopt. The first being the 1911, or the Colt 1911. Now, this was the first semi-automatic pistol that really took off. And the main concept behind the semi-automatic pistol was John Moses Browning used the internal combustion of the round. So there's black powder in the round, and that internal combustion is the energy that drives a self-loading pistol. So in the semi-automatic pistol, you have a magazine with rounds going vertically. They're all stacked up right here. Once you put that in the pistol, there's a slide that moves back and forth. You cock the slide back and let it go, and that chambers the first round. Take the pistol off safe, at least for 1911s. You take the pistol off safe, you squeeze the trigger, and that releases a hammer, either internal or external. On the 1911, it's an external hammer, but that hammer hits, and there's a firing pin inside. It hits that firing pin, and that goes forward. Now, in the casing, there's a primer that the firing pin hits, and it's a little bit of powder that will ignite the rest of the smokeless powder inside. Now, when that firing pin hits the primer, it creates a little explosion that also creates another explosion, and that pushes out the round that's going to be usually a little lead tip out the end of that barrel. And when that happens, the power of that initiates a recoiling of the slide, and that sends the slide back. And while it does that, it ejects the spent casing that was just fired out of the side port, and at the same time, where the rest of the rounds are, that magazine pushes up, and as it goes forward, it chambers another round ready to be fired. And that is basically the main concept of how modern semi-automatic pistols work.